Hello everyone. Goddamn, the comment system sucks, doesn't it? Well, there is this guy, Boogie2988, who made one pretty good video about the comment system sucking, link 1. However, he then made another video about it sucking, and I really don't agree with some of his reasoning. Now before I get into this response video, I want to show my audience who this guy is. He's a YouTuber who got really famous doing a character called Francis. Francis gets angry, talks crazy, and rages over things. Here is a quick example.
What is your problem?
How do you keep calling me fat online?
How do they know you're fat?
I don't know how they know I'm fat!
Francis,
What?
calm down. Calm down.
No! Damn it! Shit! Fuck! Fuck! All you ever do is call me fat on the fucking thing, God!
What are you doing?
I'm gonna show this mother. I'm gonna run over my car!
You don't have a driver's license.
I don't have a car either! So I'm gonna run a piece of shit over.
Full video is, link 2. When I first seen that video, I didn't know it was a character, I thought it was real. An example of Boogie2988 not in character, but being his normal entertaining self can be seen in this interview.
I heard rumors of a Pacman Plus. You can find the ROM out there. But I heard rumors about a Pacman Plus being in Johnson City, Tennessee, forcing my mother to drive an hour and a half to go to the arcade in the Johnson City Mall to play this Pacman Plus. Dropped $5 into it over the course of a couple of hours, man. Yeah, that game, I don't know. And you know, they often say that, you know, video games influence who you are or what you've become. I don't know if that's true, because the most influential game of my life was Pacman. And it's not like I'm a round guy eating all the time, being chased by ghosts from the past. Holy shit, I'm Pacman!
And I'm not going to show clips from it, but I'll go ahead and link to his Draw My Life video, which was a very touching video about his life. Now that I've introduced my audience to who Boogie is, let's get on with the video I am responding to.
Hi guys, I'm so sick of talking about this topic, and I'm sick of talking about Google+, I'm sick of talking about YouTube comments, but I'm making a quick video for two reasons here. Number one, I'm letting you know that I'm probably going to be disabling comments in the next day or so on all of my YouTube videos because I have to, and secondly, I want to talk about why we're doing that and how to fix it. And if you agree with the opinion I have in this video, I want you to share it with as many people as you can.
Well, I certainly support the idea of protesting the new Google comments. But I can't say I agree with all your gripes. I will agree the comments are worse since the change, but it has its upside, and it's interesting that it's these upsides you bitch about.
I just want to say first off, I accept the fact that Google Plus is really important to you guys, and that we are going to have to use the integration, we're going to have to like it. I'm going to accept that, okay? And most YouTubers have just accepted that. That's how it is. We don't like it, we don't want it, but it's how it is. We're going to deal with it. And in fact, I will tell you that I personally am eager and interested to find out how it's going to benefit me in the long run. I'm excited to see that. If my subscribers number is going to be up, it's going to be easier for them to see my videos. I hope so. That would be awesome. What I don't understand is the ways that the system is broken, and I want you to fix these problems so that I can once again re-enable comments. And I'm going to try to make it very short and very fast, okay? Number one, you got to limit the number of characters people are allowed to use. Right now, people are posting entire books. They're posting entire movie scripts. They're posting 5,000 character ASCII arts of genitalia and swastikas and other offensive things. If you limit the number of characters people are allowed to use, it will limit their capacity to do that, to post offensive material.
Well, here's the thing. After the first 3 or 4 sentences, the comment collapses, and you have to click to expand. So it doesn't matter if someone posts 500 characters, 5,000 characters, or 5 million, you only see the first few lines. I think it is great that people are no longer forced to talk in IM speak, and abbreviate things beyond comprehension, or post 5 times in a row to get their point across. And I know that some will argue that there is no need to be long-winded, but sometimes, depending on the community, depending on the video they are commenting on, depending on the person they are responding to, a quick 140-character tweet isn't enough to fully explain your position, and you will need more characters. As for allowing ASCII Art, which allows for posting of swastikas, penises etc., I don't see the problem. First of all, I don't find this offensive. I find basic everyday human stupidity and censorship to be the most offensive thing in the world. Images of swastikas and penises in ASCII art shouldn't be offensive unless you have been trained, programmed, to have negative reaction to it. And I think it is a shame that we are such a backward society that we act absolutely allergic to simple geometric patterns like the swastika. If the swastika as a symbol offends you, then can't the word swastika both written and spoken cause equal offense? It just sounds like some silly nitpicking. It's just a shape. It has no more power and control over you than the word swastika, which, by the way, also shouldn't actually hold power over you. It's just a word. It's just a shape. We need to stop being such a sensitive society. But again, my point is, racial epithets and derogatory terms could be typed even in the old comment style, so bitching about ASCII art is just silly. Plus in a few months when the novelty of being able to use ASCII art wears off, and being allowed to post 5,000 characters wears off, people will stop spamming the comment section with this retarded crap and go back to just having stupid condescending opinions hammered out illiterately within an approximate 500 character count. It's just that having these senseless restrictions lifted for the first time ever has gotten idiots to feel like a child with a new toy they want to play with and find new ways to abuse others with. Like I said, give it a while, the novelty of it will wear off.
I can accept that the future of YouTube now has unlimited novelty accounts. Hitler, or Jesus Christ, whoever. Because if you ban Adolf Hitler from your channel, from commenting on your channel now, they can just very simply go make another Google Plus account named Adolf Hitler. Appears exactly the same way, and it's as if you did not ban them at all. I get that. And we're going to have to deal with Adolf Hitler being a fixture on YouTube. Jesus Christ, Barack Obama. There's thousands of Barack Obamas now. And he's posting swastikas and penises. And if that's part of your vision, I'm not here to judge you, but I'm asking you to make it stop, please.
Okay, I see how people being able to use the same name over and over can be a problem. I don't know what your issue is with people using the name Adolf Hitler, Jesus Christ, Barack Obama, again with names like Hitler and Christ, which interestingly is not Jesus' last name. People use these names because they are offensive, because we are a childish society and allow ourselves, program ourselves, to be intolerant to these things, and encourage others to also be intolerant to them. The more people do it, the more the shock of it wears off, the less people do it. It's a self-correcting mechanism. I think the danger here is the ability to copy someone's name, and start posting as them. Also, if you ban someone and they keep coming back with the same name, I guess that could be annoying. But isn't it more annoying when they keep coming back with a different name, because you don't even know they are the same person? Also, there is a limit to how many Google Plus accounts you can make without having to supply a phone number, and there is a limited amount of accounts that can be created with a phone number, and I think the limit is 3. People used to be able to use Pinger to give out false mobile numbers, but Google has long since put an end to that. So I think the only real gripe is being able to imitate someone. The other gripes I think are just superficial, like the usage of the name Hitler. When people grow up and stop having panic attacks from seeing that name, then the shock will wear off, and people will stop doing it.
I'm also really sad to see the way the top comment section works now, because previously top comments needed to be voted up, but positive people who agreed with it and liked it. Now top comments can rise to the top simply because they get attention, which is a terrible system because the people that get the most attention on my YouTube comments is people that tell me to kill myself and call me a fat, worthless piece of crap and all kinds of awful stuff. And so now every time I visit any of my YouTube videos and I go to read the comments to see what people are saying, here's what they say. Go kill yourself, fatty, 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 because everybody will reply to that guy, and so it rises to the top. So the top comments on every single one of my videos is deplorable and disgusting and venomous and filled with piss and vinegar.
I agree with you here. The system should be set up to give you the option to view comments in one of 4 ways. 1. Newest first. 2. Most replied to. 3. Top rated. 4. Broadcaster's comments. With number 4, this would show all posts by the broadcaster, and all threads involving a post by the broadcaster.
What I cannot abide by, whether it's your vision or not, is external links. I don't have a clue how you thought that was a good idea. Someone thought it was, though, and that's okay. And I get that with Google Plus integration, since Google Plus wants to link to external links, YouTube comments now has to be able to do that too. You have to fix that. Because people are not linking to just, Kotaku and NeoGAF. They're linking to viruses and screamers and garbage. Okay? Porn. They've listed porn. What are you thinking? And until that, at least that very step is fixed, I can't trust Google comments, and I can't allow my users the risk of getting a virus because they watch one of my videos.
Again, this is one of those cases where I mostly agree that something is a problem, just not for the reason you are listing. First, the upside to external linking. It allows for people to give references to claims they make during an intellectual debate. In an intellectual discussion, this is a must, or else you end up with anonymous people telling anonymous people to take their word for everything. Now, the downside of allowing external links: spam. It works like this. Web search rankings are based on a lot of things, one of them being how many references the website has. The reference in question is how many times does the URL appear in a search engine's index. Thus, the more times a bot can post something like "you can download the full movie here at www.canadianpharmacy.com", the more canadianpharmacy.com rises in the search results. This is why bots spam up message boards. Now, to argue against your point, you don't like that there is porn being linked. Can I ask why? As long as the porn isn't being embedded in the post, what difference does it make? No one forces anyone to click on these links. You are afraid people will link to viruses. Okay, the viruses are not executed through YouTube, thus it's safer than many sites you come across on the web on a daily basis. I can't tell you how many times my computer got some sort of malware installed just from browsing through MySpace back in the day, just through an exploit in the advertising placement. And again, it's not like anyone is forced to click a link they don't trust. People won't get a virus from watching your video. Idiots will get viruses from clicking links in posts they see in the comments of your video, which makes it their fault. Now, one of the things you forgot to mention is that new comments don't show up in the broadcaster's YouTube inbox. They can only be aware someone commented on their channel via their Google Plus page. I never even seen my Google Plus page. I don't think. I want nothing to do with Google Plus or Gmail. I have no fucking use for it. It sort of reminds me of the old, very old Yahoo profile with email system. So Google is now trying to imitate something that failed when Yahoo was doing it a decade ago. It's like a piss-poor social networking site, a sort of community of email addresses, nowhere near as good as MySpace, or Facebook, and an email system that is no better than Yahoo, Hotmail, and countless others. I don't get it. Maybe I am overlooking something, but I see no use for the Google Plus and the Gmail shit, and I don't think I am alone in that. Most people who use YouTube don't want anything to do with it, and that's why Google has forced its YouTube users to integrate their YouTube account, something people want, with a Google Plus account, something people don't want, in order to prop up Google Plus. Now, I made a comment on his video, and got some retards responding to me. Let's look at the intelligence of those who argued me.
How is being able to link to virus sites, using offensive names and freaking posting 5 billion letters long comment improvements? Also, I didn't care to read your comment cause it was too fucking long.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, you are going to reply to my comment, yet not read all of it. You are a fucking retard for that right there. Further evidence for your mental retardation is the fact that you spell worse than a fucking first grader. Anyhow, I said to him, if you don't want your computer to be infected with a virus, don't click the link. There's nothing forcing you to click. And Einstein replied with,
No, it isn't, and I know that. But not everyone does. Kids are all over the internet, getting tricked and accidentally pressing virus links cause they are so gullible. To be honest, the very first thing I did on the internet 6 or 7 years ago when I first got internet was to press one of those links on an online game website. You can't assume that everyone in the world has internet common sense, and YouTube should respect that, since new people come here every day.
Alright, let's just look at his grammar again. Alright kid, let me explain something to you. Your grammar is so piss poor you shouldn't be allowed on the internet, period. I also suspect someone with your mentality is still clicking links that say free money, just click here. The idea that someone could be tricked into clicking a virus in the comments is stupid, because they can click links sent to them in their YouTube private messages, and that's always been true. As for YouTube respecting that many people are going to get on their service and be dumb as all fuck, no, I don't think it is the job of every corporation to cater to the lowest common denominator. I am so sick of this mentality that every communication service, that is, television station, television show, radio station, internet service, must set up rules to protect the most emotionally fragile people on the planet, and must make things so safe that if even a 12-year-old who is special in the head, slobbering on their keyboard, picking their ass and sniffing their fingers, should be protected from people who have just enough intelligence to wipe the drool off their own chins. Sick of this mentality. I'm not even talking about YouTube and Google Plus at this point. I am talking about our entire fucking culture wanting to water down and dumb down everything, restrict people into not having any options whatsoever, just to keep them safe from making a bad choice. Got to get rid of all drugs because some fucktards might not be able to handle it. Got to get rid of gambling because some fucktards might not be able to handle it. Got to get rid of offensive language, images, ideas, because some mentally unstable fucks might not be able to handle it. Got to keep everybody tucked in their beds, hold their hands, and turn the adult world into a fucking playpen. Tired of the mature and intellectual adult masculine world needing to be transformed into a child-safe environment. That effect right there then dumbs us down and forces grown adults to start thinking and acting like children, because we live in a children's environment. Look man, there is this thing called evolution, survival of the fittest. We as a culture are doing the polar opposite of that. The strong and intellectual are being forced down in order to prop up and safeguard the retards that Mother Nature would otherwise kill off. We have warning labels on bleach that says do not drink. Why do we have that? How fucking stupid are you? Who the fuck comes home from a hard day of work and says geez, I sure am thirsty, what do we got in the fridge? Orange juice, milk, purple stuff, bleach. Yeah, this bleach should quench my thirst. We have warnings on lighter fluid that says caution, flammable. Well god damn it, if it wasn't flammable, it wouldn't exactly serve a purpose. I mean, it ain't like a fluid that serves a primary purpose like furniture polish that just happens to incidentally be flammable. No, it is flammable by the very nature of the thing you're fucking using it for. Flammable is the fucking point. We got warning labels on lawnmowers that tell people not to put their hand under it while it is running. God damn it people, Mother Nature is trying her hardest to weed out the mentally unfit who are a danger to us by their very stupidity, and we just won't let Mother Nature do her job. People who are dumb enough to hand over their credit card number to some peasant in Romania, who is the true heir to the throne, and he just needs $5,000 to undergo the proper legal process to prove it, and will be sure to compensate you with millions of dollars. These people deserve to be scammed out of their money. People who are dumb enough to click links they find in YouTube comments, and have no antivirus software, and no backup operation system, made no backups of their important data, not even Ubuntu on a flash drive, deserve to have their computer infected with a virus so that their computer gets fucked and they can't log onto the net and then type stupid shit that annoys intelligent people like me. These viruses are good, they get rid of the morons, and then morons don't get back on the internet, and the IQ of the internet perpetually goes up, and everybody fucking wins. Hooray for Google Plus integration. I think Google is really onto something here. Another commenter says this.
I don't agree with your defense of URL linking at all. First of all, people who demand a source are pathetic. You can find reliable sources yourself if you don't believe someone. And if you don't want to search, they can cite the article name and authors. If you still need a URL then you lose that argument and keep your false pride. Second, teenagers and preteens will always click URLs without knowing what they are. They are still naive about the internet. You can't expect people to avoid shady URLs because you are wise to the ways. People could link scarring videos, pictures, porn, viruses, and because YouTube is such a pervasive media source, this is exactly the place where kids will find those links and click them. At least the bitmarks were confusing enough to keep it safe for the ignorant. I agree with your view of the character limit. Apart from the character limit, nothing has been improved.
A wise man on YouTube made a very great point, a winning argument, about why people who insist that they need not cite a source, and simply tell people to go Google it for themselves, are retards. His argument was viewed by nearly 10,000 people, he got over 1,000 likes, and maybe 12 dislikes. It was a really good point that's sure to prove to anyone the extreme importance of giving precise links when citing a source, and the need to cite a source. His name was Justica, on YouTube. There, I stated the name and the network. Go find it. As for children being scarred by porn images, what? Considering that 50% of children will experience their mother and father getting a divorce, I don't think the image of a person without clothes will scar them. Seriously, think about it. Half of children will experience their mom and dad yelling and screaming practically every night, threatening to divorce over and over until it finally happens, and they will have to sit around wondering whether they will be living with mom or dad from now on, whether or not they will have to move into a new house, a new place, and make all new friends, and then getting used to their parents' new lover, and yet we don't seem to think this has any scarring effect on children. But goddamn, if they see a girl on the internet, without her clothes, their brains will turn to fucking jelly. It doesn't surprise me that you think this way. We are a society that has an overprotective mother bring a child molester home as her new boyfriend, but insist her kids not get on the internet because they might text a predator that talks dirty to them. The way we ram real danger, real threats, into our children's face, and then act so overprotective and shelter them from non-existent threats to overcompensate, is sad. Again, sheltering kids from images of naked people online, as if this could scar them like being a pawn in a divorce or molested by their stepdad, when statistically most children that are molested are done so by mommy's new boyfriend, stepdad. Oh, you want a link? Well, FBI crime statistics. Go spend 13 hours searching it yourself, since that's how you think citations ought to be delivered. And one more argument, considering that porn and viruses exist all over the internet, links show up in instant messages, social networking sites, tweets, emails, and YouTube's private message box. How is getting rid of it in the YouTube comments actually protecting anyone? It's like leaving the house with a 5-inch umbrella, because hey, it's sure to keep your right shoulder dry. And now back to Einstein.
So what you're saying is that YouTube is a bunch of douchebags that don't care for their users? Also, you don't need to be a grown adult to have common internet sense. I mean, I knew more about the internet than my parents when I was 15-16. I am not saying that you need to make YouTube a freaking kindergarten, but the old comment system was way better than this one. I thought it was good for both new and old users. Maybe there was a lot of hate, as Boogie say, but there is always gonna be hate. I really can't understand how you can think that this new comment system and Google Plus is good in any way. It's horrible. All the latest updates to the YouTube have all been horrible. Subboxes not working properly, etc. The only freaking reason we're all here is because it's so big and moving everyone would be a close to impossible.
Christ almighty, your fucking grammar sucks. And that's coming from me. Half the time I am confusing pen with pin, roll with roll, slight with slight. I even spelled Marie Curie like the word curry. I suck with grammar, but you're barely comprehensible. As for YouTube being a bunch of douchebags that don't care about their users, yes, Google is a corporation, not your babysitter, not your mommy. In fact, that ought to be their slogan. Google, we ain't your mommy. Their job is to make money. This involves many things. Providing a service that people find usable, and prefer over rivals, is a part of what generates them money. But actually caring about their consumers, no, corporations don't care about their users. They don't exist to give you hugs and make you feel loved. But hey, if hugs and compassion is what you came for, here's a link. Go on, click it. Trust me, www.russianhackers.biz/java deployment engine/redirects/trojandropper.exe. Anyhow, I want to hear from my audience. What do you guys think about the new changes to YouTube? Let me just recap where I stand. The pros: 1. No more 500 character limit. 2. Able to place links in comments. 3. Custom word filter installed. The cons: 1. Able to place links in comments. 2. Can't see new comments in your YouTube inbox. 3. Can't respond to old comments, which may be unfixable. 4. Top comments based upon how many people reply to it, rather than upvotes. So what do you guys think? Now, time for me to go back on vacation. I have to get away from YouTube. The stupidity around here is frying my brain. Oh, one more thing. In the next month or so, I am going to be doing my first ever Let's Play. Yeah, I know, Let's Plays suck. Well, most people's Let's Plays suck. But because I am awesome, my Let's Play will be cool. It's Silent Hill 3, and here is a sample of what the Let's Play will look like. Oh, it's hosted by Kate and Paul, my narrators, and yes, that means I will have to figure out some way of rescuing Paul from Femitheist Divine, since I had planned involving Chris in a skit, involving Paul, and I was going to get Paul back that way, but that was many months ago. We are no longer on speaking terms, so I have to figure out some way of rescuing Paul without a cameo from Krista. Anyhow, here's a peek at how the Let's Play will look.
Shakespeare, because reading classic English literature is just what I wanted to read at a time like this.
Well, what would you rather read?
Porn.
I should have guessed.
Doesn't this place have any titty mags? I get it. I have to place the Shakespeare books in the right order. "0547, I bet that's the code to the door. I better remember that number. 0547, 0547, 0547.
8765309, 8765309.
Kate, stop doing that or I will smack you in the titties. Oh my god. It's a giant dick. Tell me that thing is not a giant dick.
It's a dick. It is a huge giant monster dick.
Help me, I am being raped by a giant purple dick. What is that monster called?
I call it patriarchy.
Help, I am being raped by patriarchy.
Paul, you should probably get up and run now.
I can't, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Well, you can't just lay there. It will rape you.
Stop victim blaming me, bitch.
Well, you're totally asking for it. Look at the way you are laying there with your ass up in the air facing the monster. You want patriarchy to rape you.
It's a dick. That's all there is to it. How could the makers of the game draw this monster, and not know it looked like a dick in every way? It's a dick.
Patriarchy.